Hey everyone, it's Keenya Kelly, business and brand consultant for KenyaKelly.com and ifyoubrandit.com. If this is your first time catching me live, thank you so much for being here. I am a business owner and entrepreneur, and basically what I do is I help people figure out who they are at the core of their being. Then we come up with creative ideas to generate revenue, and then we take those ideas and we strategically build businesses and brands online and make them profitable. So anytime you catch me live, you're always hear me talk about business, branding, Jesus, and my cats, because that's who I am, and so that's what I talk about. So today we are actually starting a series called the what entrepreneurship looks like. I can't remember exactly what I put as a title. But what entrepreneurship looks like. And today is actually part 1 of the series this week. So all week long, we're going to talk about what entrepreneurship really looks like. And today's topic is failure, okay? How entrepreneurship really looks like failure, all right? So if you're watching this live, thanks for watching. If you're watching this on the replay, I want you to type #replay in the comments, and it lets me know that you're on the replay. Okay, so let's get into it. I know that there are a lot of different things that we could talk about as it pertains to entrepreneurship, but I wanted to start this one off with kind of setting your expectations, setting the tone for basically how I do things and how I see things. Now, I know that everybody sees things differently. You may hear from this person or that person, but I'm literally sharing with you my experiences, okay? And so to me, when you're starting off as an entrepreneur, entrepreneurship looks like failure. It really looks just like you just failed. And I'm sitting here looking at what's going on with my hair. It's long on one side, short on the other. You know, anyway, maybe one of them got some length going on or damage. I don't know. But it really looks like failure, okay? So let's talk about that, okay? If you do research on the average business does not turn a profit for their first 3 years, okay? The average business does not turn a profit for 3 years, meaning they save up all this money or they get loans and they start this business and they will operate this business. They'll be paying people, doing all these different things, and at the end of the day, they will report 0 earned income for their first 3 years. Just let that settle in for just a moment. The average business does not turn a profit for 3 years. It may look like they're turning a profit because people are getting their salaries or whatever, but there's a lot of different factors in all of that. So I want to set the expectations for you, entrepreneur. If you're watching this, I want you to understand that there is a possibility that you will start your business and you will not turn a profit for 3 years. Now, online is a little bit easier to make money because the cost is so low, but I just want you to understand that not turning a profit for 3 years is normal, but that looks like that you're a failure. Because many times we get started with this business, we start a business or whatever, and we expect to be an overnight success, right? Or as Kanye says, I'm gonna make you a celebrity overnight, right? And that just don't happen, right? Not to everybody. Sometimes, but most times it does not. So when you're not having the success that you want, you feel like a failure, right? You feel like, oh, this business does not work. No one supports me. No one loves me. No one wants what I've got. I'm a failure. I'm just not gonna keep going this way. But the truth is that is exactly what this looks like, right? What entrepreneurship looks like. It's kind of like you have not worked out for 4 years. Hey, Kathy, you have not worked out for 4 years, and then you start out working out. You're in pain. You can barely get up the next day. Like you're just feel like your body is working against you. And that's not true. Your body is just trying to get back in motion, right? Your body is just trying to get back in motion. And when you are not in motion, then you've got to shake things up a little bit. Oh, I'm glad to be back too, Kathy. Hey, okay. It's just, It's just the way that it is. And so when you start out in your business, you're going to feel like a failure sometimes because, and we're going to talk about expectations this week, because sometimes we have these expectations on what it looks like, what it's supposed to look like, the amount of money you're supposed to make, and all this stuff, or the numbers you should have on your Facebook page, or the numbers you should have on Instagram, or on your webinar, or on your email list. So you feel like a pure D failure. And that is normal. But what has to happen is that you have to persist, okay? You have to persist, right? I used to do a training, 4-hour training every month when I was in network marketing years ago. And I would always teach them on enthusiasm. And I would have them write out the word, but in all caps, I would have them put the last 4 letters of enthusiasm, which is IASM. Okay, IASM are the last 4 letters of enthusiasm. And that stands for I am sold myself. Okay, I am sold myself. And so you have to, and write this down, in your business as an entrepreneur, you're going to have to go from failure to failure with no loss in enthusiasm, right? Because you have to be sold yourself that this is it, that no matter what, that I will persist until. All right. Now, if this is helping you guys, please share this video. I'd appreciate it so much. All right. But you're going to feel like a failure. You just are. And many times people will not tell you that because they're trying to sell you something. They're trying to hype you up. Or they're just trying to get you off the phone because you always complaining or whatever, right? But you have to understand this is what it looks like. When you first start out, it is going to feel like failure. It is, okay? That's just like when you start counseling. You're going to start telling the counselor all type of stuff, right? Or when you start your relationship with Jesus, right? When you start your relationship with Jesus, you come to Jesus and you're like, you feel like, oh man, I'm such a sinner. I done this, I done that. He don't want me. So you feel like a failure. You feel like you're going to hell, right? But, that's just how we feel. And then we go to him and he's like, no, you're right. You're all right with me. Just repent and we'll just get started tomorrow, or later on today, or like in 5 minutes, right? He's like, oh, you're good. But you feel like a failure because you know what you done did and what the world done told you. But when you come, he's like, you good. Just repent. And let's come over here and just get going, right? So I'm telling you this because as we go on this journey of this entrepreneur journey, especially in this series, I want to help set your expectations. I don't care what somebody else told you. I don't care what these internet people is telling you. I don't care what you see your friend doing or your coach doing. When you start your entrepreneur journey, friends, you gonna feel like a failure. How many of you guys watching this live or on the replay at some point in time in your entrepreneur journey, you done felt like a failure, especially early on? If that's you, I want you to say, that's me. And I'm going to say it for me. That is me. Every journey I have embarked upon, I have felt like a pure D failure. Now, I don't be on social media telling y'all, today I feel like a failure. I don't be telling y'all all that. Oh, sorry. Okay, my you know what? Let me do a pause real quick. I love Facebook and all the updates. Facebook just told me that my connection was low, and it changed to orange and back to green. Go ahead, Facebook, with your updates. Okay, let's get back to it. All right, Anisha, girl, you know what they say? Tell the truth, shame the devil. Tell the truth, right? This is the truth. But I am telling you this because this is what you're going to experience. I don't don't care what you're doing in life, whether it's starting a business, starting a relationship, making whatever it is, at some point in that journey, you're going to say, oh, dang, I failed. If you start dating, right, and you say something you shouldn't have said to your significant other, right? You get into a marriage, you have a baby, and you're going to do something, you're going to say, oh, I am such a bad mom. I'm a bad boyfriend, bad husband, bad girlfriend, I am just terrible. You're going to feel like a failure, but that's just part of the journey, right? I always remind myself that, Keenya, this is just part of the journey, and you have to get through this moment. You have to get through this feeling. Sometimes that feeling goes on for a couple days, couple weeks, couple months, but at some point I'm like, whoo, got to get on the other side. Listen, y'all don't be seeing all that stuff because, first of all, it ain't none of your business, right? Second of all, I just exercise emotional intelligence, which means that I don't go posting all my stuff on social media. I will put it in my journal. I will cry it out in prayer. I will call a friend. I will call a mentor. I will tell my counselor, right? I'll do all that stuff. And once I have made it over, right, then I will come and share how I made it over with you. Right? Because that's called exercising emotional intelligence. But I too feel like a failure sometimes. I remember when I first started If You Brand It. All I can say is I'm so grateful for grace. I'm so grateful for my friends and my clients that allowed us to grow. Do you hear what I'm saying? Because people could have crucified me because I was learning. I was growing. You hear what I'm saying? When I first started Return of the Curls, I almost got sued for $25,000. I'm so grateful for grace. I am so grateful that that person gave me grace when they didn't have to. Do you hear what I'm saying? I mean, listen, all I'm saying is when you are on this entrepreneurship journey, failure feeling is normal. Even failing is normal. But all you got to do is go, all right, that hurt, that sucked, this, whatever. And then you got to move on. You hear what I'm saying? It's easier said than done. Don't get it twisted. It is easier said than done. Hey, Nikki, but that is part of what entrepreneurship looks like. It looks like failure. It just, listen, hear me. I'm going to tell y'all something that happened to me recently. So you guys, if you watch me or you follow me on Instagram, find me on Instagram, you guys, Keenya Kelly. I really enjoy cooking. A lot of the stuff that I cook, I don't like to eat it. I just want to experience it. I just want to make this stuff. And so I've started making lots of different desserts, trying this dessert and this dessert. So If You Brand It, my agency just launched, just celebrated 2 years on Saturday. So congratulations to us. Yay! Right? And we're doing a 50% off sale. And so I decided I was going to make this Oreo ice cream sandwich cake. Right? And I didn't think it all the way through. And so I made the cake and the Oreo wasn't thick enough at the bottom or the top. So when I took it out, it looked all like you could see the ice cream or whatever. And I didn't want to post it to social media, but I did. But then I was kind of ashamed. I was like, dang, I really wanted this cake to be amazing. I wanted to give it to my neighbors, all this stuff, but it looked terrible. So I woke up the next morning, went and got more Oreos and put another layer on the bottom and on the top. Listen, it looked even worse, right? And now it was still chocolate at the top, but it was so thick, it just did not turn out the way that I hoped it to turn out, right? So then I decided I am going to rectify myself. I'm going to make this cake that I know is good. I'm going to make this strawberry shortcake with this jello and strawberries and all this stuff. And I made the cake. But once I put that cake, took it out, I said, oh no. The cake, the box cake says put water and oil, but I never do that. I always put milk and I always put butter. So when I finished the cake and tasted the cake, it did not taste like I thought it was going to taste. It tastes okay, but I'm not super proud of it. So I'm not telling everybody come and get some cake because I'm not super proud of how it tastes. Now, is that going to make me never cook again? No. But in this moment, I do feel like I ain't cooking nothing for a little while. This is my honest feeling. This is how I feel right now. I feel like a failure with my desserts because 2 of them didn't come out the way that I had hoped, the way that they tasted. And so I feel like a failure in terms of desserts. Am I going to keep on cooking? Nikki, absolutely. I'm going to keep cooking. But I may not cook anything for my neighbors for a while because it feels like I failed, even though they didn't say that I did. You know what I'm saying? We all like to be you know how all that stuff goes, right? But I'm going to keep cooking. And at some point, I'm going to make something and I'm going to call my neighbors, right? I have one of my neighbors who I adore so much. His birthday is Friday. He's very healthy. And as I was getting dressed this morning, I said, I'm going to make a quinoa casserole. I'm going to make broccoli and cheese and chicken and this quinoa casserole. But a part of me says, don't do it. Don't do it because you just failed on 2. Don't do it. But there's another part of me that says, Satan, get thee behind. I got to learn to make this casserole anyway so I can stop eating so much rice. So I'm going to make this and I'm going to say, hey, we're going to try this out together for your birthday. And if it's terrible, just don't tell nobody, right? And that's what I'm going to tell him. And I guarantee you, he's going to be like, oh, this is so good. And hopefully it turns out great, okay? So I shared that because this is where I am at a moment of failure. Anisha, she said, your neighbors will be expecting their food. Girl, you know what I'm saying? They spoil. But I like to spoil them. I like to bring people together. But at this moment, I feel like a failure with my desserts. And I'm just being transparent. And this is just dessert. I have felt like a plum failure in business time after time after time after time after time after time again. But this is just a part of the entrepreneurship journey. Now, if you guys think somebody's being blessed by this, please share this video. Of course, it will encourage them. And of course, it will let me talk to more people. All right. But before we go, I got plenty to do today. I want to always open up and see if you guys have any questions, any concerns. I would love to serve you guys. Now, I want to remind you all that the entire month of September, If You Brand It, has everything for 50% off. October 1, everything goes back to regular price. Logos are $350 right now. They're normally $700. Graphic images are $50. They're normally $100. Consulting with me is normally $500. It's $250. All right. Brand packages are normally $5,000. They are $2,500, which is a consulting hour, a logo, a website, a stationery design, and social media banner. Okay. All of that. Okay. Is $2,500 and it's normally $5,000. And if you refer anyone to us, you are going to get paid 10%. So if someone buys the $2,500 package, we're going to pay you $250. So guys, get your stuff done, refer your friends, and just tell them that to tell me that you referred them, and we will pay you 10% of everything for the life of the client. So if the client comes in right now for $2,500, but in a year they spend $10,000, you're gonna still get paid for every time they make a purchase from us. We just have to keep record, and you keep record, okay? That way we'll always pay you, all right? So this is part 1 of what the entrepreneurship journey looks like. Failure, all right? Failure. And it's normal. If someone tells you opposite, they are lying to you. They are manipulating you. They are puffing you up. This, my friends, is a part of the journey. It just is. It's a part of the journey. And if you have that understanding, then you'll go into this the right way. Okay? If you have that understanding, then you'll go into this the right way. I'm not saying expect to fail. I'm saying don't feel like a complete failure and quit when this moment happens. Expect to win. Expect to succeed. Expect to blow this thing out the water, right? However, I want you to have something to land on if it does not go the way that you think it should go, right? And the time you think it should go in. I want you to have something to land on and say, she said this was a part of this. Okay. She said it was a part of this, right? Like I already have my life set up when I get married and we have a baby, I got a slew of friends that I got on, gonna be on speed dial and say, hey, what should I expect? What's some of the stuff that these books ain't talking about that I should expect? Right? And so that I'll have something to land, these moments that I'm going to have, so I know where to land. Otherwise, I will feel like a complete failure as a mama, right? But if I have something to land on, I'll go, oh, okay, she said that was going to happen. Okay. So this is not that. Okay, my baby isn't dying, right? And it's not going to die in Jesus' name, right? My baby is just acting a fool today, okay? Or whatever. All right. Okay. So just wanted to bless you guys with that. Hope this encourages you. I will post the link below this video to show you guys all the specials. If you guys want to get logos for $350, websites for $18.75, brand packages for $2,500, or consulting with me for $250. It's normally $500, y'all. $250. $250, all right, to consult with me this month, okay? And then you get paid 10% for any of your referrals, all right? So I love you guys. I hope you all have a fantastic Tuesday, and I'll see you guys later.